Hey guys, this is Justin with Exodus Ministry. And if you follow our social media, you know that we do tent revivals in city parks and fairgrounds for the most part anyway, as the Lord would lead. That being said, I have been very convicted over the last month or so to add to that also doing revivals in local assemblies, brick and mortar churches, regular churches, however you want to say that. And so I've been thinking and praying a lot about that. Last year, we were in North Missouri holding a tent revival at a city park, and we went to visit a local assembly that Sunday morning, as we always do. And after church, the pastor was visiting with my wife and I, and he said, Justin, we would love to have revival, but we cannot afford to pay the evangelist. And that was heartbreaking to me. First of all, we should not charge to go preach revival, right? And second of all, though, I understand a church being like, yeah, I understand that you're not charging, but there's fuel and there's hotel rooms and there's food or whatever it might be that all need to be covered. And so I get that too, right? Along those same lines, we have a lot of people come to our tent revivals that are frustrated with regular churches. And there's even maybe some animosity that has built up, especially if somebody does something a little unorthodox, meaning if they have like a home church, or maybe they really try to minister to the homeless or to the addicts, and they just feel like local assemblies don't care. Now, there are instances where local assemblies don't care, but also there are instances where Satan has just wormed his way in. See, 1 Corinthians 12 lets us know we are all a part of one body, which means some of us are a foot, and some of us are a hand, and some of us are an ear, right? And some of us are eyes, or whatever it might be. And I think a lot of times, I know a lot of times frustration occurs whenever a hand thinks everybody ought to be a hand, right? And you forget how important the ear is and how important the foot is. And so Exodus Ministries' whole goal was to bring revival to the church through tent revivals, but also I believe that going into local assemblies as well would help that, would help facilitate revival, right, to our brothers and sisters in Christ, that we may be able to reach the lost. So, that being said, we would love the opportunity to come and hold revival at your church. I cannot bring revival, that will come from God, but I can do all that I can to help. Also, what I would like to do, if at all possible, is create a place where churches can reach out to that don't feel like they have the finances to have an evangelist come hold revival. Exodus Ministry is 100% funded by your guys' generous donation. And so, what I would like to do is, I would like for a church to be able to reach out to us and say, listen, we want to have revival. We feel like we need to have revival, but we can't afford to cover your gas money and what have you, right? And I would like to be able to say, listen, Exodus Ministry is 100% funded by other people's generous donation. And so other brothers and sisters in Christ have already footed the bill. Don't you worry about it. The Lord's already took care of it. Let's go and have revival, right? And by footing the bill, let me be very clear. I've had a lot of revivals in churches. I've never one time charged anybody. I know churches pay to have revival a lot of times. I know they try to cover your fuel costs. They try to cover any hotel cost or whatever that might be accumulated by coming and holding revival, but not one time, and nor will I ever tell a church, hey, listen, you got to pay such and such amount. That's outrageous to me and should never be done. However, I would like to be able to give people that peace of mind, right? To be able to say, don't worry about it. It's already took care of. The Lord's going to take care of it one way or another. Don't worry about that. If you feel led to have revival, let's have revival. And so I will provide somewhere a description box, maybe above this, below this, in the comments somewhere. I will provide all of our social media stuff so you can look into us. You can see everything that we've preached and done over the last couple of years, if you will. And also feel free to reach out to us. There'll be an email attached somewhere there. Feel free to reach out to us, ask us what we believe. I'm pretty open. I don't really care about denomination. It doesn't matter to me. If you believe that Jesus is the Son of God and he's the only way that we can be saved, and that you have to be saved to go to heaven, and if you aren't saved, you're going to go to a lake of fire that burns forever and ever, we can probably get along if you just believe those things at least, right? So anyhow, we appreciate you guys, and please prayerfully join us in this effort to bring revival to our brothers and sisters in Christ.